we here? Can you guys hear us?
I'm here. Are you here? You're
Yeah.
here. All right.
Tommy, can you hear me? That's an older joke for Who fans.
Greg's not here, man.
No.
That's Cheech and Chong.
No, it's Dave.
Dave. Not
Dave.
Yeah. Dave. Dave's not here, man.
I can confirm I see us live on the internet.
OVW Fan Zone Live is here, man. All right, Brian Hines, let's do some tour updates.
All right. If you happen to make it to a show that we can't get to, upload your pictures.
Please.
Tag us.
Please.
At OVW Podcast. We would love to share them with the rest of the OVW Fan Zone for those of us who weren't able to make it to whatever show. I know that they've been busy this summer out on the road, and there's been a lot of great matches in a lot of great cities that we haven't gotten a chance to see.
No,
so if you're out there on the road, share the wealth.
So, it occurred to me, gentlemen, I would love to have a Dano's National Tour T-shirt, like a rock tour T-shirt with all the locations where they went.
Oh, yeah.
With some cool art on the front. Don't you think that'd be cool?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Danos. Yum, get you some.
That's right.
Folks are coming back. Thanks so much for looking back in on us, folks.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry,
we did
guys.
lose our internet here at Nuthouse Studios.
Yeah, we have the economy interwebs, the toilet interwebs, if you will.
Yeah, we had a building-wide blackout on the information tubes, but we are back, and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday evening.
That just shows you how much they're trying to keep us down, how much the man is trying to keep us down.
The revolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Crixus is in
you
our
know
internet
what?
box.
You know what? It sounds like Doug
he stole our
it sounds like
interwebs.
some Doug Basham Crixus business over here. All right. Tour updates.
Leather pants aren't going to pay for themselves.
No, they're not. Those
Chicago,
things are expensive.
Illinois, September
after
22nd.
seeing Doug in them, I looked into a few pairs, and boy, those things are not cheap.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
leather is an expensive material to dress yourself in, to be sure.
Well, and I mean, I tried to spare no expense, but Lord have mercy. Anyway.
Well, Chicago, Illinois, September 22nd, Riot Fest in partnership with the NWA coming to the Windy City. We've got Longport, Indiana on October 4th. That is a free outdoor show. And Rock and Wrestling at Mom's Music in Louisville on October 5th. That is, that's a Saturday, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, should be.
Okay. You can get tickets for all these shows and any other OVW shows at OVWTix.com.
With the notable exception of Riot Fest. I think it's riotfest.org or riotfest.com. Google it. Riot Fest.
So we know for sure we're live right now, right? Right
For real,
now
real?
now?
Yes,
Are we sure?
so.
Okay. 'cause
P.S., you want to give me a thumbs up?
We've just still got, on our side, the countdown clock. So we just want to make sure before we throw into this very important next part of our program. I know we just came back from a break, but it says it here in the script that we have another one. So let's stick to it.
Well, this is a big, important part.
Exactly. So I'm a team player. I'm a man's man. Tomorrow in our feed, the OVW Podcast, wherever you get your podcast, we got to sit down with Cashflow, as you mentioned earlier.
That is correct.
Less than
In a
24
whole other
hours.
stream ago.
Yeah, in a whole other stream ago. Less than 24 hours after he won the championship in a shocking win. Shocking to say the least. He was nice enough to sit down for us. He was crunched for time, but he sat down for about 12, 15 minutes with us. And we're about to hear a snippet of that interview right now. Thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Jack Minogues.
I'm Brian Hines,
And
kids.
this is the OVW Fan Zone Live, where
Fans Talk Back.
You are oftentimes called in to be the leader, ipso facto leader of OVW, and it kind of seems that role has fallen on you again.
It has, I don't shy away from, being a leader, and I don't consciously think about being a leader, it's just who I am, if somebody needs help, if somebody, needs to be chatted with, or if somebody, just needs a hand in doing something, being who I am, I'm going to do what I can, especially if I see that there's good to be had out of it. That's just the type of person that I am, and if it calls on me to lead by example, which is what a leader really does, then that's what I'll do.
A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
I'm Sarah and I'm with the OVW Fan Zone.
I'm Christian and I'm with the OVW Fan Zone.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Say hi. This is Wes Rocky and we're in the OVW Fan Zone. Please join.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
I'm Lena Fife and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
Welcome back to the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Jack Minogues.
I'm Brian Hines.
And this is the part of the show where we
need a nice bumper here that goes predictions and puts it up on the screen with some fire, maybe.
If only
maybe scales.
If only there were two people in the room who knew computers, or hundreds of people on the internet that might know computers.
Or we had a button that made like a sound effect noise or something.
Oh yeah, we did have those at one point. What happened?
Yeah,
to
we
those?
do.
We should get those back. Those would be obnoxious.
They aren't well mic'd. We'd have to. I'd want to devote a mic to them if you were going to make sound.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I promise.
That could happen. We can make that happen. Anyway, I was saying, this is predictions. This is predictions time. Not only where we recap our predictions from last week, but we issue out a whole new set of predictions for this week's OVW Rise happening tomorrow night on this very YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right, so let's get into it. From last week, only a couple things to really look at, and that's the matches. I did look at all of your predictions related to the appearance things, and you didn't really hit anything. And you can only make good points with those. You can't I'm not going to ding you for just making wild predictions about appearances.
Hey, we were swinging for the fences on
so
some
let's get into the three matches that we knew ahead of time last week. First was Tiffany Nieves versus Angelica Risk. Brian, you correctly identified Tiffany as the winner there.
I predicted it, and I'll do it again.
Yep. Jackman, you predicted a no decision.
I did.
So you did not get it correct, but you also didn't get it wrong, really. There was a decision, but I'm not really going to ding you. And if you guys choose those sorts of things, I consider that kind of the safe option because you'll never get dinged for that, but you'll never earn reward points.
I did try to, in my no decision, tie it into something else, which I hoped to gain points on it, but neither one of them came to fruition.
Nope.
But.
So no real profit there for you, unfortunately.
And let me just say this right here: if you're a fan of Angelica Risk, I don't know, maybe you pay attention to the show next week. I don't know. Maybe.
Just saying.
Just saying.
It's a risk, but you should take the risk.
Anytime you say something when it hasn't already been recorded, it's a huge risk, but I'm more than willing to take the risk that we'll have something recorded next week concerning Miss Angelica.
Oh, Brad, your glare at me is just giving me life. It is so good.
It's getting deep in here, kids.
All right, so let's get into the tag match. Beaches and Cream versus Dysfunction. Both of you pretty handily predicted Beaches and Cream would pull out the victory here, which, of course, they did without too much difficulty. So both of you getting points on that.
Still hope to see more Dysfunction, though.
And
yeah.
Because I hope to see more of them because I still want to see them two bonkheads.
Yeah. I was really hoping for some kind of Dysfunction Fallen merger. but I don't think that's in the cards.
In or out of mask, too.
Either or?
Yeah, they could run into each other's heads either or. I'll be happy.
Okay, that's fine. And it is spooky season, so that would make it okay for me too.
I was literally Halloween costume shopping before we went live, because as you guys may know, Tiny is ironic, so I have to actually go to special places. But I think I did find myself a good costume that is thematic with the show.
Yeah.
And Kentucky.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, just a little. Ooh, yeah.
Well, it's almost that time. It'll be here before you know it, and
absolutely,
you can kind of feel the air change outside. It's a little bit crisp, and I don't know if this is a Kentucky thing or if it's just Ohio. But if you say pumpkin spice latte in the mirror 3 times, a soccer mom in yoga pants appears and tells you all the things she loves about fall.
That's just Ohio.
I don't know. That happened to me once, but I was in Ashland, so I was pretty close to Ohio.
Okay.
It's like how the cell phone towers used to bleed over from one place to another.
Oh,
anyway, tag team.
Don't we have some wrestling to talk about?
We do. Women's Championship match. J-Rod, OVW Women's Champion, member of the Revolution, versus Shalance Royale, Fighting Siren, Wounded Warrior.
Accompanied to the ring by P.J. Jones, Esquire.
Exactly.
We're legally required to.
We are, in fact,
that.
legally. He did service papers to that effect.
Yeah.
OVW TV is doing live order customer service in the chat while this is going on. This is the level of service that the OVW brings to you folks, and it's why we cover it. It's why we love it so much.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you have any gripes,
this is your moment.
Yeah, this is your moment apparently.
So J-Rod did, of course, win that match.
Mm-hmm.
Jackman, you said that she would. You did say she would get help from a new Women's Revolution member, but we'll just let that go and we'll give you the point.
The my guess with that was that it was a way to keep Shalance strong. They ended up doing that by the angle with Doug shoving her into the cage in Pikeville and injuring her shoulder,
still wounded, so
and then tapped out on the shoulder injury. So
yeah. You did tap out. That's an important. Yeah. Oh. That incredible standing submission maneuver by J-Rod. Second time she's used that for that in that win. But Brian, you took the heart position and you did attempt to you predicted. There's the word that I could not find.
That is the name of the segment.
That is the name of the segment. You predicted Shalance Royale. She did not pull it out, so you do earn one. We won't say punishment point, but red point. How about that?
A demerit.
Yes. So at this point, you have 2 reward points to 1 punishment point, and and Jackman, you just have the 2 points. And we have John of Dead, which has a $2 super chat, and he believes that Super Z is going to take down the Revolution.
Greetings, John of Dead.
And that's a strong
I agree
position.
with you.
That's a take.
It's a strong take.
It's a super take.
Yeah,
it's
a super take.
Speaking of supers, what did you guys think of them just suddenly spontaneously naming Super Z and Star Rider superstars when they tagged up? You can see that on Overdrive, I believe.
Fantastic. Knocked it out of the park.
As much gruff as I give, I don't know, a team like Lion Chops, Superstars has a ring to it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Well, and the crowd did that spontaneously. It's not like the announcer did it. They just started chanting superstars. And the commentators were like, did the crowd just name these people?
Yep, they sure did.
AJ and Eric, the good guy.
He's a good guy.
All right,
the good guys.
Let's move on to what we know about Rise for tomorrow.
Which
will bring our magic window up.
Oh, we have the thing?
We have a magic window.
Hey, magic window.
There it is.
Is my hand behind
Careful,
it or in
you're
front
touching
of it?
Tiffany. It's behind it.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, you do not want to do that.
Which is our first match of the evening. Freya the Slayer versus Tiffany Nieves. What do you guys think as far as predictions go? Oh, first of all, this is actually the beginning of a women's OVW Women's Championship #1 contenders tournament.
Ooh.
So presumably the whole women's roster is going to compete in a tournament to be the number one contender and face J-Rod, presumably at a pay-per-view, but maybe in a couple weeks on Rise.
Is it an eliminator?
I assume it is. I assume these are matches and you're eliminating, and then you go to a quarterfinal match and, all that stuff. This is how they love to do these tournaments.
Interesting.
So I want you guys to, before we actually get into these matches, I want you to wildly speculate about a potential winner of the whole dang tournament. And I will hold on to this prediction.
Let me just lean up here and pull this straight out of my behind.
Well, I mean, you are behind. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll think about that. Munerate on it. We'll talk about these matches, and then maybe we can talk about who you think's going to pull it out overall. Okay. Let's start with Freya and Tiffany.
Hey,
yeah.
Look,
okay.
There they
we'll
are.
come back. We'll come back to the tournament question. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. So let's start with Freya and Tiffany. Who do you got? Jackman? You're looking torn.
Because I feel torn.
Oh.
Because I feel torn.
Oh, we have a super chat. Cosmic Joe asks, alive or dead, who is your favorite wrestling commentator?
I have a real big soft spot for Tony Schiavone.
You can't do just one, so I'm going to have to pick a duo, and that's got to be Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon.
My God, Jackman, I gotta love good old JR.
John of Dead knows what's up.
Who John of Dead say?
Gorilla Monsoon.
Gorilla.
That I love watching old Gorilla Monsoon when he was with Bobby the Brain. That's some of my favorite weird YouTube video watching.
When I first got into wrestling, WCW was kind of I gravitated very heavily toward that, and then AEW became a thing, and Tony Schiavone was on that as well. So I'm kind of part and parcel to Mr. Schiavone.
Hey, then that's not a bad choice at all. Yeah. I've got nothing but respect for Tony Schiavone.
Love me some Tony, some Schiavone.
So let's make a prediction: Freya versus Tiffany. Hans, you got one?
I'm going with Tiffany.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is tough. It really is tough. I mean, we've seen these two go against each other so many times, and I just feel like after that loss last week, it's got to be Tiffany.
I not only because I want to play ball, but I was already kind of leaning this way. I'm gonna go Freya.
All right. Anybody have any comments about why they picked what they picked here?
Because I think that a long-term way to get Freya versus J-Rod is a tournament like this, right?
Oh, for her to earn the way up there.
Right.
All right. Brian, any thoughts on why Tiffany's the better choice?
I mean, it's going to be a great match either way. Good luck to both competitors. I just feel like it's going to be Tiffany's night. She's got something to prove after last week.
Tiffany is pretty passionate and willing to do pretty much whatever it takes to win. She has demonstrated that pretty successfully.
And she stole the only mirror in the women's locker room. So
that is true.
There's that.
So she can see what's coming behind her.
Yeah.
Let's go to the second match of this tournament. Hollywood Haley J versus Angelica Risk. Who do you got?
Hollywood.
All right. Quick answer for Mr. Jackman. Hans, you want to stew on it?
It's Haley.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Haley.
I can understand why you would feel that way. Couple more things to do here. Tusks and Chains versus the Revolution. I believe this is for the belt.
Correct.
Tusks and Chains lose big time beatdown.
You think sounds like you think maybe the Revolution comes out to help here.
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay. Brian, do you have a different opinion?
We still only have the first match graphic up, by the way.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I thought my computer was frozen because we had the toilet interwebs again.
Over here.
Okay. We good? All right.
That one.
There it is.
There. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Malachi, PS may have may may have stood for purely sleepy.
Can you put down in your punishment column that's one wet willy for Malachi?
I absolutely will do that. Yes,
yeah, that's one big wet willy for Malachi.
Okay.
All right. So
you get 3 wet willies. You can trade it in for 1 purple nurple.
Interesting. Brian, now that we have the window on the proper setting, what do you think of this? What do you think of this matchup?
I really like the gold on Tusks and Chains, but I got to agree with Jackman. It's not going to be a 2-on-2 fight. It's going to be Tusks and Chains versus the Revolution. And I don't know if you can tell what shirt I'm wearing, but this is a Dalton McKenzie shirt. So I'm going to have to go with Dalton McKenzie and AJZ.
That's I couldn't have put it better myself to echo your sentiment. Do I want to see Tusks and Chains lose it? No. That's just kind of what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think this week that's probably going to be the case. But there's plenty of other opportunities coming up. We've got the Tag Rumble coming soon.
Tons of possibilities.
The possibilities are endless.
In the coming weeks on OVW.
Yeah, the Nightmare Cup is coming soon, and we're all pretty excited about that to see some great tag team action in the weeks to come. But yeah, doesn't sound like there's much division on you two on this one, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, not.
Let's get into one that there may be a bit more room for debate here. That is the Cal Hero versus Jamin Olivencia, again for the Rush Division Championship.
With the tail of the tape graphic, by the way.
Yeah, that should be
Loved it.
Look at
Look at it.
Thanks, Hot Point.
Love that. Yeah. I love the tail of the tape graphic. It makes me so happy. So guys, let's go through this. Let's go through this tail of the tape.
Oh,
Wow.
6 foot, huh?
Cal
22.
Well,
I've got
22. I buy that one.
I've got concert T-shirts older than that.
I have a son older than that. He's sitting over here working.
No, he was sitting over there sleeping, not getting up the correct match graphics.
He's purely sleepy.
Yeah.
So Cal seems to have the advantage on the tail of the tape.
That is what the insinuation would be, I would believe. I'm going Jamin, and I'm not even going Jamin because of the Revolution. Well, I guess I kind of am, right, because it's not time for him to lose it. Not time for the Revolution to lose it. But I don't think that it's a beatdown necessarily. I think it's a time limit draw. No, I want 5 more minutes. Give him 5 more minutes, and Jamin wins.
I think it's going to be a chess game.
Oh, I think it's going to be
based on the last match we saw between Cal Hero and Jamin Olivencia.
It's going to be match of the night.
It's going to be match of the night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
There's a reason, yeah.
We've interviewed both these guys. We've seen them in the ring several times, and it's going to be one of those deals where I'm just looking forward to sitting back and watching.
I'm going to go Jamin on a time limit draw.
Is this a time limit match? Does it say that?
If it's a championship match, it would have to have a time limit.
Interesting. I was not aware of that.
But then, and then they say, and Cal gets him at like the time limit hits. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
And Cal's like, no, let me get him for 5 more minutes because I'm a babyface and I'm gonna whoop him.
And the referee's like, no. And then they're like, yeah, okay.
The crowd goes for it, right? Crowds go,
let them fight.
Yeah.
Except for like Chris Runyon. He's like, no, the Revolution, don't let them fight. We love the Revolution.
And Keith will be right there with him.
Keith and his family are like, no, don't let them fight. We love the Revolution. And
shout out to the people who like the Revolution.
And but then they end up letting them fight. But then the Revolution comes out and Cal loses. That's my prediction.
Well, that's a very complicated story you got there, Jackman.
It's not that complicated,
Brian,
really. It's just
what do you
wrestling.
think?
I like what he said. I think that's going to be about it, man. I think it's going to be a hard-fought match. I could easily see it going to a draw in terms of like a time limit situation or something like that.
Some sort of thing to make Cal say, no, I want 5 more minutes with him.
Yeah.
And that 5 more minutes.
So you think the match will be restarted one way or the other?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I've ever seen a time limit draw in OVW, but I know I've seen the match stop and then restart because everybody insisted.
I know the time. I like to call it the time limit draw.
Okay.
Like that is so much of these predictions can just be Jackman fantasy booking. That's how I would fantasy book it. But yes, like some sort of shenanigans happens where Cal insists the match needs to be restarted, and that ends up becoming his downfall.
So, Brian, do you want to go with that full story, or you just want to say that Jamin wins, or do you have another opinion?
I mean, I feel like the referee that smacked Tony Evans around at the Manchester show is probably going to be there. Yeah.
The ref with the good hair.
Yeah.
That is a head full of hair, man.
That is a head
it's like
all
a helmet.
full of hair.
It's like a helmet of hair.
All right. So once and for all, Brian, Jamin.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I'm still pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
All right.
Although, as always, good luck to both competitors. It'll be a pleasure to just see them in the ring, 'cause I know it's going to be a fantastic match, but that's the way I see things shaking out.
Yeah,
right.
Circle that one.
So
That's going to be a heck of a match.
Let's move on to our first appearance.
Hold on, let me circle this right here.
He's circling it, folks. All right.
All right, there we go.
Okay, so first up, we have Doug Basham is going to appear, and he has something to say about cash flow, running the gauntlet, and winning the heavyweight championship last night.
It will be done wearing leather breeches.
I mean, that seems to be the trend.
It do.
That's one qualifier on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something different right here.
Yeah, go for it.
Doug's coming out. We don't really have much to unless you have something specific you think is going to happen. I'm going to set the over-under on signs in the crowd that reference Doug. And I'm going to set the over-under, and I'm not going to say how, just in some sort of reference to Doug Basham signs. And I'm going to set the over-under at 2. So
I'm hammering the over.
Over.
Okay, so what if I set the over-under at 3?
Still hammering.
I'm still going to go over, yeah.
4.
Oh, now this is just ridiculous.
This
is larceny.
I'm trying to see if there's a lot of separation.
And more of it in if we're putting it in like actual betting terms, you probably lose me at the 3.5 mark. So 4 would be out on for me.
Okay, so what do you think, Brian? That sound like reasonable logic to you?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm probably with you guys too.
3 is the magic number.
So just for fun, we'll try to remember to count those signs, and I'm going to document here what we talked about.
So are there points on the line for this?
There may be some bonus points on it, but I'm not gonna ding you for it if it goes wrong.
Okay.
As with
well, then I'm going to go over.
Okay, so Jackman.
Hey, everybody in the fan zone, if you could help a guy
No,
out
that's
and
not. No.
That's not
That's not how this works.
I'd really appreciate it.
No.
I got points on this.
All right.
I've got a kid. I've got a son to feed, and he's like 7 feet tall, and groceries are expensive, and I'm sad. So
Listen.
Please help.
If you guys have any morality, backbone, decency, self-respect, or respect for one another, you will not make a sign for
Please
Doug
make a
Basham.
sign.
In fact, you will pay for a ticket tomorrow and not even go.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's extreme, dude.
You were bringing.
No, they made the tickets. They made money.
PS is now accusing both of you of insider trading. That said, why don't we move on and just quickly?
To be fair, retaliatory traded.
Okay, yeah.
Your remarks are making baby Jesus cry. I'm ashamed.
I don't believe in him. Go ahead. All right, let's go.
Let's move along to Dustin Jackson. He is our next appearance person.
So we just know that he is going to be on screen, and that's it. Correct?
Yeah, we know he's appearing.
Okay. Maybe it's a new commercial for a new sponsor.
I assume he'll be live one way or the other.
He's going to make everybody think he's going to get beat, and then he's going to beat the guy. That's my prediction. He's going to be really sympathetic. He's going to be really sympathetic. Yeah. Pull out a win. That's my
Anybody care to guess who he might be facing? Or anything, any kind of guess you guys want?
I think he's going to have an outside talking video segment.
Oh, next to the dumpster?
Yeah.
Okay. Video package guess for Behinds. Jackman?
I gave you my guess. He's going to be really sympathetic. He's going to get beat up a lot. He's going to crawl around the ring. He's going to jump up to the top rope.
Weird thing
he's going to get a frog splash, and he's going to get the victory. That's going to be.
So you're saying he's going to wrestle in a wrestling match?
He's going to be the baby face at a wrestling match in the only way that Dustin Jackson can. Yes.
Okay, that's Let's just move on to one of my favorite people, Junta Peso.
Oh, I want to see him with Star Player Prime. That's who I want. That's my guess.
If at this point, I kind of feel like appearances just mean video packages, so I'm going to guess at what video package I think he's going to be in. I think he's going to be in a video package talking about how he is excited to get another chance at the Rush Division title, and he'll be talking with Maximo Suave.
Getting changed?
Yeah.
Getting changed.
Outside by the dumpster. Which almost makes it seem like they live in a van down by the river.
I mean, at this point, wrestling's hard.
Yeah, it is.
So what do we got up next?
It is. Hang on. PS is. There. This one.
This one?
Shira is up next.
Put him in there with Dysfunction. That's my guess. Put him in there with Dysfunction.
Does he wrestle with Super Z, who is also on this list?
No.
All right. Brian, do you have any
my prediction about a Mahabali Shira appearance tomorrow? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My prediction is that he'll try to sell me another hat, and I will take him up on it.
He sells hats?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a nice trucker hat from him a couple times ago.
He sells a variety of goods.
I saw the beads. I've seen the beads.
Yeah, I've seen the prayer beads. I need some of those as well.
I had some. I passed them on to someone who I thought was in need of them.
Who's a little more in touch with that side of spirituality. Possibly.
And let's move on to Sophia Rose, who is appearing.
Hey, there's Matthew. Matthew's in the chat. What's up, Matthew?
My friend Matthew. Our friend Matthew. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, buddy.
What did you think about Omar Talk last week against the Revolution? I think that they're going to get a tag match at some point.
Our friend Ellie's in the chat. Miss you too, Ellie.
Oh, hey, how are
you? Sophia Rose, she's going to come out. Big babyface reaction. She's going to do the splits. And she's going to lose to Riley Matthews. No, she's going to win against Riley Matthews. I take that back. I don't know where I pulled Riley Matthews. I just came up with it.
I don't know. It's a good question. I think she's going to come out and tell us that she and Lady Bird are ready to get in the tag team tournament.
So you think we'll have a surprise return of Lady Bird?
I hope so.
Would love that.
Yeah,
Sophia has more than enough right now to stand up on her own as a single star, but there was something really special about the All-American Sweethearts.
Yeah, there really was. Hope we get to see them back again soon.
All right, and let's move on to what I think is our last one.
Should be.
Super Z.
I think Super Z is going to he's going to be in a singles, right, with Tony Gunn. And then the Revolution starts putting the bricks on him. And Star Rider comes out to save him because organic reaction from the crowd goes a long way.
It sure does.
And I think that Super Z and Star Rider are almost made to be. I think they'd be a lot of fun together.
Well, we both know they're from Parts Unknown.
And they grew up. They actually went to the same high school.
Yeah. Parts Unknown High School.
Exactly.
Parts Unknown Junior Senior Technical High School, by the way, not the other one.
Right.
But, they've known each other for a long time. Their families grew up with each other. So they went to the same Parts Unknown church there.
Our Lady of the Parts Unknown.
The Parts Unpotluck. The Pots Unknown? There's something to it. There's just something to it. Anyway, we'll figure that out later. But, no, I think that that organic reaction from the crowd is not going to be easily forgotten about.
No.
So.
And part of what makes OVW so great is how organic and how much they listen to kind of what the crowd reacts to and managing to not necessarily just give them whatever they want, but be able to listen for those subtle sorts of, oh, this is a thing we didn't even know that was going to work, and here we go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They do a great job of being able to pivot.
All sizzle, no fizzle.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up what we know about Rise for tomorrow. We are going to be there. We're excited to go.
We will be there.
It is our Thursday night tradition.
That's right.
I found myself, I actually found myself a chair cushion so that I can start, not only does it make the seats a little easier to deal with, but it marks my spot so that you know, hey, somebody's sitting there, and they probably are kind of lazy and need a thing to support their behinds.
Can you hit people with it? Does it hurt?
I mean, it's made of foam. It's like a pillow fight, really.
Last week I kept moving it slightly over off of until he thought the chair was in a different, and he sat down and he missed the chair completely.
It was very embarrassing.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of that going around here at work. Yeah.
So what? We've got one more break, and then we'll
take
join
a break here.
We'll join our friends in the comment section.
Get your questions in right now. This is the time.
Yeah, this is the talking part.
At OVW Podcast. We'll be back right after this on OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk. Back.
Hey guys, it's B. Hines. I'm here in the studio doing. Hey guys, it's B. Hines. I'm here in the studio doing the interviews with the OVW Podcast, and I am joined right now by my buddy, the Scottish War Machine Crixus.
Yes, you are.
I'm glad to see you again, man. It's been a while.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a chance to have a
I miss
together.
this whiskey you will make up in here. It's really good, and yeah, you know, it's just slander.
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 Slanja.
Slander.
Splendid.
Slange.
Salanja. Salanja?
Slander.
Slanja.
Slander.
Slanja.
Slander.
Slanja. Cheers.
Is he for real? Slander.
Slanja.
Scowl.
Skull.
Are we live? Oh my gosh, welcome back, guys, to the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. Final segment here. My name is still Jack Minogues.
It's dark in here, and my name is Brian Hines.
Yeah, I actually forgot that I sold an ad to the Abyss, and that black screen, that null void. It honestly, I just can't bring myself to run the full ad. I'm afraid everybody will lose their souls.
When you stare into the abyss stares back into you.
Yeah, there may have been a problem with the video, and that's why we just had a black screen after the Crixus thing. I do love Crixus trying to teach you Scottish, and it just not working.
Well, you know, it happens.
All right, so let's get into...
I just didn't want to get beat.
They teach Scottish classes in the Lower Brown County? Uh-huh.
No.
There is a... There
you go.
A very...
What's
a very
an Ohio
nice,
boy supposed to do?
And wherever you go, there you are.
All right, so the first couple things we want to talk about come from our good friend, DJ Eric.
DJ Eric.
Hello, friend.
First of all, he has made some OVW Fan Zone T-shirts for the group that everybody's joining. If you're not on Facebook in the Fan Zone, go join. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of fun, and he's made some T-shirts in honor of this new community that we're all kind of building together. They're just $12. There's a post that is pinned in the Fan Zone itself about that. So go and support that if you are so inclined.
DJ Eric. Saw a couple people wearing them last week at Davis Arena, as a matter of fact.
We will soon have ours.
Good deal.
So we got the whole team some Fan Zone shirts coming. So we're excited about those here at the podcast. Also, earlier in the show, DJ or Eric said that Brian Hines should be the OVW commissioner, which is an interesting notion.
What'd you do?
Have their people call my people.
Did you pay him $20 to say that?
No, he paid me $20 to ask.
if he could say it.
That's hilarious. I mean, David Voxmullen seems to be okay, but you know, if the board decides to look another direction for an executive director, they could do worse than you, Mr. Hines. You would be a fine choice, I think.
I'll do my best, and I do my own stunts and laundry and my own dishes, and I bake cookies and bring them to work.
John of Dead asks...
Hold on. When's the last time you brought some cookies to work? You've been eating them on the ride over?
No. It's been a minute, but I do bring cookies.
We're going to be looking. Maybe when we have a chance
I'll be looking out for those.
Anyway, John of Dead asks, did Al Snow retire after his head injury? We don't think so. We
would have no indication.
Yeah, we don't have. I have had some nominal communication with Al over the past few months. Obviously, we had to have his approval to do what we're doing right here.
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard from Mr. Snow in any way since the injury, so we hope he's going to come back. We love Al. So
from what we know, there'd be nothing to indicate that.
No, we don't have any knowledge of that.
Nothing to indicate what?
That Al's going to retire.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
because it's been a minute since I've heard a really good your mom joke.
It does leave a void.
It does.
Victor Anderson, we know him a little bit.
Yeah, sure do.
Apparently, his daughter Bella just asked if Jackman is Brian's son.
Bella, you know better than that. You know both of us.
Somewhere out on the Bourbon
He's
County
adopted.
line. Bella is laughing her head off right now. Hi, Bella.
Hi, Bella. Bella's very nice, very sweet. I was going to answer that joke in a direction that was not appropriate, and I'll keep it to myself.
I see. So Alex Slavinsky says, can we have the Revelation take over this show? We need more Doug Basham. This is the biggest fan favorite ever. I mean, honestly, the Revolution kind of come in and out of here all the time.
They can do. I mean,
our day job.
They can literally do whatever they want. They've been here several times. I'm surprised they haven't.
And they're more than welcome anytime because we need a boost in these YouTube numbers, baby. So Doug, Crixus, J-Rod, Tony Gunn. Who am I missing?
We had Crixus here since he joined the Revolution.
Dalton.
We had Jamin Olivencia.
Yeah,
Dalton,
we had Jamin Olivencia.
Yeah,
I can call Dalton up.
Yeah, I'm just saying. AJZ. Any of them are allowed to come by because click, 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 click.
And, we have bourbon, so generally they're pretty.
Oh, yeah.
We have ways of making them happy when they come here is all I'm saying.
Yes.
So it is, and they are, we welcome all people.
We're not playing Arkansas the week that Tony comes by, are we?
I don't think so.
Definitely not in basketball, right?
No. So, no,
he can't come by that week.
No,
we will not get along.
No, we just need to look. Tony Gunn is a fine performer, and
Tony Gunn is a fan of the Arkansas Razorbacks, and we are fans of the University of Kentucky men's basketball team, the Wildcats. And our coach got ran out of town, is now the coach at Tony's team. And there's going to be some friction. These two teams have a lot of friction for anybody living outside of Kentucky or the South or the United States on this show. So just a little context. Maybe we don't invite Tony that week.
Alex also asks when Doug's brother might come back. I think that would be an interesting thing.
Hey, listen to the OVW podcast on Sunday nights.
Yeah, we literally just talked about that. Speaking of, gentlemen, why don't we do the calendar?
Please.
So, in the morning, our first thing, you will be able to hear our interview with Cash Flow. That's in the OVW podcast feed at ovwpodcast.com or
short
wherever you get your podcast.
Short and sweet.
It's
perfect
short,
for your morning cup of coffee.
Do we have the video for that or no?
That will be out on Saturday morning on YouTube.
Okay.
Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hot Point Davis Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. Get there if you can. Come and see OVW live in person. The air conditioning is nice. The weather is nice. There has never been a better time to come out to OVW at Davis Arena, 4400 Shepherdsville Road, Louisville, Kentucky. If you can't, right here on YouTube, where we are sitting, you may watch OVW Rise on Fight TV, on apps all over the internet. Check your local listings. In Wisconsin, check your local listings here in Lexington and Louisville because it is on TV as well.
It's everywhere.
You gotta love that.
There really is nothing like being able to watch. It's great watching it on YouTube. I watch it on YouTube most of the time. Getting to watch OVW on broadcast is a really, really cool special experience.
I'll tell you what. After the Pikeville, after fight night, when we went
back to our hotel and watched.
turned on OVW Rise that was just playing locally.
It was on WYMT.
When we got there. So we were happy to do that.
It was Buzz's ladder, or whenever the number one contender, the Thursday night prior to fight night. And we just happened to turn it on, and there it was.
So then Sunday, we will be live. We may be live streaming. Who knows? Probably. Certainly Monday morning, you can find what we had to say about OVW Rise as we present the OVW Podcast, the unofficial podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Tonight's the official night. 6 days a week. We are not official. It doesn't look or sound anything like this show. We let our hair down on that show, so to speak.
Yeah, we often wear shorts. We wear shorts on that one.
I think you got a good length going these days.
Yeah, we're getting there. I might trim it up before it gets a little cold, but
because you want to grow it in nice. Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you've got long hair, don't cut your hair during the cold months, or else you are going to freeze the whole entire winter. I know from experience.
Tuesday morning or Tuesday evening is OVW Overdrive 1001.
101.
101 is for 101. So now they'll have Dalmatians. Looking forward to that. And then next Wednesday, we are right back here for OVW Fan Zone Live, where the fans talk back. All right, before we get out of here, you can find us right here on YouTube at OVW Podcast.
Hold on.
What's up? What's he got?
Hold, please.
Got something for us?
Brian has something shiny has attracted Brian's attention upstage. Wait a minute. That's the Super Z mask.
Zachary Pittman asked where the mask at.
Oh, hello, Zach Pittman.
So I believe that I'm
Zach,
the first member of the OVW Podcast.
You know not where to ask where the mask at. You know not where to ask where the mask at.
We always know.
Where be the mask at?
Wait, where's Hans?
Donde está mis pantalones?
We've lost Jackman.
Mis pantalones no están en la biblioteca.
Okay.
Oh no,
that's weird.
I don't know. He can only speak Spanish now.
Zachary is now. I love that. Is so weird.
Okay.
Why don't we get out of here? OVW Fan Zone.
Do the days of the week.
Lunde.
Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves,
Viernes.
Sábado, domingo.
There it is.
And on that note, OVW Fan Zone Live, the official OVW fan reaction talk show where fans talk back, is produced by Blacklight Moon Productions at Nuthouse Studios in Lexington, Kentucky, in association with Gladiator Sports. The OVW Podcast broadcast team is Jackman Oates and Brian Hines, who left, and we've been left with this weird man in a mask. Studio engineer and editor is Malachi Purely Sleepy Woodard. Executive producer is me. I am Tiny Brian Woodard, and the tiny is ironic. Senior producer for The Blimp is Victor Anderson. On Monday morning, catch the OVW Podcast, where we break down every episode of OVW Rise unofficially. And Friday mornings, catch Tiny Brian and Victor as we cover OVW Overdrive. We may actually do that this week. After watching the latest episode, after watching Wrestlers on Netflix, visit OVWpodcast.com/podcasters for all episodes of the OVW Podcast Podcasters, the unofficial Wrestlers After Show. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and all the way to the Davis Arena. Have a good night.